Alright. Let's make sure I'm streaming again. There we go. Okay. Now, let's, shall we start over? All I did was, change the name from what you started with, St. Nicholas. I've also been recording this with Hypercam. Everything on this screen has been recorded. No big deal. I might be making this into a YouTube channel, even though everybody else who ever did RPG Maker is going to have it. Starting over again, all I did was change the name, change his nickname, change his class to Christmas Elf, left his levels gnome alone, changed his description, gave him the Santa Claus without his bag sprite, changed his face to spiritual and the Santa Claus looking guy. For classes, I erased everything, changed it to Christmas Elf, played around with some numbers, gave him the highest magic, gave him middle attack, highest magic points, middle attack, middle defense, high magic attack, middle magic defense with the A, B, C, D, and E. We're going. Let's make a second class. Why not? So the second class will be Santa's Helper. Sorry. Hello, Hades. So Santa's Helper. We might not even keep this, but I'm just going to go through everything that I just did with Santa. Just a second time for those who are watching live and missed it, because now you could actually see what I'm doing. So Santa's Helper, maximum hit points. Again, that's just what you see in most video games, or most RPGs, is the maximum red bar. Sorry, just going on to Skype. Again, I'm doing multiple things all at the same time, so you'll have to forgive me for being slightly distracted by other stuff. Okay, so let's just call it Helper. Why not? Or Toy Maker. Toy Maker. That's a good class. We might change it later, but for now, I just want to show you. So, Toy Maker, let's call him low hit points. Not the lowest. Just click it a few times, wherever numbers come up. It doesn't matter right now. We can do the math a lot later. Now, magic points. Toy Maker's probably not that magical. Who knows? Let's call them the lowest magic points. Attack, not the lowest, but let's give them a little bit of attack. They use hammers all the time, right? Defense, probably the same thing. They're not really fighters, they're just builders. Magic attack, again, they don't have much magic, so keep it, whatever, low. Magic defense, let's put it at the lowest. Just random numbers, whatever. Agility, they're probably pretty high, you know. And luck, let's make it the highest. This is just whatever comes off the top of your head for the built-in stuff you can use in RPG Maker. So there's just, whatever, stats that come with the game. At a later date, like I said, if we want to do math, I'll show you how to do it with an Excel program I wrote up myself. So The only thing we're keeping is the target rate, the hit rate, the evasion, and the critical. Attack type, gone. Equip weapon, gone. Equip armor, gone. We don't need that. Now, toy makers, they're not really important. So, let's turn that down to about 80%. So, what's going to happen with that is if you have both a Christmas elf, right, which is Santa Claus, and a toy maker in your party, if you have both of them, anybody who's a Christmas elf has an equal chance of being hit. If a Christmas elf and a toy maker are both in your party, the Christmas elf is going to be targeted a lot more, about 20% more often, than your toy maker. So that just makes this a little bit more of a priority, but these things will still go after the toy maker. Now if you lower this down even further, 50% again, it'll target this before that. If you lower it all the way down to 0, this will never be targeted in a party. Again, the hit rate. Now this usually means you're not going to miss. The hit rate plus 95. This also takes into account the enemy's evasion. So hit rate minus evasion, plus there's random stuff that goes on in the background. I'm not going to get into that because I don't really know all of the details and I don't know coding well enough to tell you. But things are going to be working that way anyway. And I just realized I forgot something, so I'm just going to press OK. I'm going to show you my desktop for a second. I forgot to run this nice little program. And there we go. That's all we needed there. So get that back up. This is my very first time streaming RPG Maker. I decided to start today out of kind of a combination of boredom and wanting to start up a new project for Christmas. Hence, Christmas Caper RPG Maker. So, yeah, this is my very first one. I plan on streaming every day. On top of that, I am recording this with another program entirely, Hypercam. It's free. You can download it, downloads.com. And it's capturing everything on the screen entirely. Oop, wrong button. Oh well. So, everything you see here, just like in on the stream, except without any of the last donor, without my face up in the top corner. You're not going to see that, strangely. I might do that at a different time or date or whatever. But yeah, where were we? Okay, so this little button right here, database, is how we get to these. So again, database, that little file folder. Best button ever. So now what I did with the skills is I deleted everything. I'll go through what I did before. I kept attack because attack in the coding of the game is always going to be the first skill you have. So you always want to keep attack up there. Guard? Why not? Why not keep guard? Escape was down here somewhere. All I did was copied it and pasted it up here. And wait was below it. I copied it, pasted it up here. And then I went to change maximum. Changed my maximum to 5. Hit OK. And that deleted everything. Then I changed my maximum again to 100. Just so we have enough space for putting stuff in later. Now, because we didn't go through any of this, I'll go through all the steps of everything you can see over here. Now this is just the name. You could call this anything you want. It could be like butt plug. It doesn't matter. But let's keep it attack. Oops, I hit enter. So let's keep it attack because that's exactly what this is. Now the icon can be any of these icons you see up here. Now I like the icon it comes with. It's a nice little fist with the up arrow. It's a great attack icon. Why not? The description, again, it's just for you. It's a little description, reminds you what the ability does. Now skill type, again, when you go over here, the tools, there's a bunch of words over here, and I'll be going through this later on. But if you have this as a skill type, let's say special, your class will have to have special down here. Or was it? No, it was over here. So skill, add skill type, special. Right? You'll have to have that over there in order to use a skill if you have it marked as special. If you have it marked as none, it doesn't need any of those. And I'll be changing that in just a little bit myself. So that's what that means. So back over here, MP cost. That's how many magic points it costs. It shouldn't cost anything to attack. TP cost. Now TP, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's points that accumulate over time for special abilities. Now, what I use it for is for fighters. Fighters like to Hadouken with, or to throw their ki blasts, or to meditate or self-heal. It's just something that builds up over time, and at a certain point you could spend it, you could do whatever you want. They don't really have anything to do with anything except for costing in this little area. Now scope. Scope is what it is going to hit. Now it could hit nothing, which will make it one lousy attack. But who knows, it might not be for an attack, it might be a teleport, right? Who knows? One enemy, just what it says, all enemies. Okay, that means it'll attack everything that's on your screen. A random enemy, 2 random enemies, 3, 4. Allies. Now, this is good for healing, or, you know, if you want to beat up your friends, or somebody wants to backstab your party. Whatever. That's what the allies are there for. So, it's usually used for healing. Now, one ally while dead, or all allies while dead, is good for the resurrection items. If you have that selected, it will only work on allies that are dead. And Mr. Trivial, I think, is that how you say your name? Yeah. So Mr. Trivial says it TP stands for technique points. So yeah, but like I said, the TP is only ever used for what you say it's used for in the RPG Maker. It's there specifically to be used for whatever you want. Now we're going to keep your normal attack to one enemy, because why not? You can only fight people in battle, but when you use certain skills, always means you can use it inside a battle, outside a battle, anytime you're playing the game, except for at the start screen. Only in battle, just that. It only comes up when you're fighting. Only from the menu. When you go to your menu and you can see your skills, your stats, your save game, whatever. Only from there. So that's good for stuff like in Final Fantasy, tense, right? And then never.